Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Casual Soul as always, and we are back on Skyblock. This will probably be the last episode that we do. So, grab a snack, a drink, settle in. We're about to build and, just take a relaxing last look at all of our progress, finish up our house, and we'll call it a fun time there. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Oh my gosh, did I have that up while yeah, sure did. Oh well. Either way, that's fine. So, as you can see, there's some changes that I underwent while we were away. The first of which is I went ahead and put in the accent blocks, finished up the roof, kind of extended it out a little bit. I've been experimenting with the dirt because I was thinking of doing almost like just window seal type gardens and kind of getting that started. And then I was also experimenting with trapdoors on the bottom level here. We still need to get a set of stairs, a nice looking door, and continue to place these trapdoors where I have placed them currently. I've also let the grass spread, and it looks a lot nicer than the dirt did here before. Placed down quite a few saplings to get the tree and the forest kind of vibe going. I still need to buy a couple more saplings, and I think I'm going to plant them right up here. I got to make a pathway. We started this little waterfall, which I think was really cool. I really like this idea. I really like the design. Now, currently, I have strings set to that, so let's actually take care of that right now. We'll take off the red string. And then we'll see how it looks, because ultimately I was using it just to stunt the growth. Oh, it's hardly noticeable at all. That is awesome, because that's what we want. I'm probably going to find like some sort of maybe large rock or something and like put it in the corner here or something to make it seem a little bit more lifelike, and then maybe get some sort of seagrass or something to kind of simulate moss and a lily pad and whatnot. But let's get started first with coating the house in trapdoors. So I'm going to take care of that and I'll come back to you. There we go. I think for the most part the exterior of our house is finished. Down and dusted. Looks good. I really like it. Obviously there's more improvements I'd make to the outside, and definitely would do a lot more decoration on the inside with how barren it is. But given the time constraint we have, I think that is good for what it is. we'll let the forest grow in a little bit, and I'm going to work on creating ourselves a small little pond area that looks nice. So I'm going to take a look at the shop here because I want to see if there's stuff that I can utilize here. Obviously I know that I can put down lily pads, but I want to see if there's more here. Moss carpet. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm gonna say let's try a lily pad. 2 of them. We will try a bit of kelp. We will try a drip leaf. And we'll see what that looks like for us currently. There and there. So I'm thinking we put one right here. Then another one maybe right here. That's not exactly where I wanted to put that, but that's alright. Oh, okay. So I want more kelp because I think that's what I'm looking for. So shop, decoration, there, and then we'll do something like that, and then something like this perhaps. And then how does a drift leaf work? Does it need to be in water? What does this get placed on? Hold on, I gotta look it up. How to place a drip leaf in Minecraft. To place small drip leaf, you first need to mine them. Use any of the Okay. So it's gotta be placed underwater. And the block has to be dirt or podzol or something of that nature. Oh boy, okay. We're gonna have to be real quick about this. I don't know where this is gonna fall. And it's honestly kind of... we should be alright. So let's do the drip leaf over here. There we go. Ooh, I like that. That looks nice. And then we're going to grab some stone. I don't know if I think I have more down below. Because we're going to utilize this stone in helping us create a small little boulder, if you will, or rock kind of area next to the water. So right about, I'm thinking here, we put that guy in like that. Then maybe we bring him out another piece right here. Kind of something like that. Yeah, I like that, actually. I like how that all came together. I'm gonna go into the shop. We got 32 million to waste, so I'm not worried about spending all of that now. Wouldn't be under decoration. Would it be under minerals? No, it'd be... Where do I buy saplings? Decoration? Minerals, farming food, maybe? Yeah, here we go. So let's buy some more oak saplings. That should be enough. Let's fill in this area here. And let's grab like that. Then we will want some over here as well. All right, and then we're going to take our shovel once all this grows in so I can kind of see it. Actually, let's hop, and then let's warp to their island. See if they got some skeletons we can kill, and make some moolah. My sword in my PV. Sure is. Yeah, that looks like a good path to me. So let's step back and take a look at our work here. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so... Nope, I want this one. There we go. So this would be the entrance to our home. We'd come in and we'd walk in here, surrounded by forest with a nice little cool outcropping of a waterfall that leads into a nice little pond here, or body of water, surrounded by forests. And of course you have this nice little cozy cottage with flowers in the windows, everything tapered off. Of course we could use a lot more on the inside in terms of decoration, but I think all things considered, this was a pretty good build. I do like it. I like how it turned out. I wanted to do more, but with the time we were given, I think this is pretty cool. And so yeah, that would be the eventual house we would build right here. But all things must come to an end. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything that we've done so far and kind of review what it was and what we've learned and stuff like that. It's not going to be an exact one-to-one of everything that was done because there was a lot. And I spent a lot of time on this server grinding stuff out. And I do mean a lot to get to this point. And that's all just from solo play. You know, I didn't have anyone else help me out with anything else. I've done everything on my own. Let's see here, though. So, we first off made a glass kind of platform to walk on for our first initial platform. And I think that that was a really cool concept, a really cool idea, and I think I'll probably use that in future Skyblocks as well, because it's really nice to be able to look down and see all my farms and my progress underneath. We made ourselves, and we learned about the way we can, let me see if I can bring this back up, the way we can shift click, I believe, with an open hand and filter out stuff, so we were able to make a much more advanced and helpful sorting system when it comes to our mining right here. We had storage chests that we had put out. I feel like there might be a better method for this, or a better way to kind of make it look nicer. But all things considered, I think that the glass cobble gen here was really cool. And I think the glass mob spawner here was also really cool ideas. I would like to get rid of the stone in the future and maybe replace it with something nice. Maybe do an accent block around my glass, like a quartz or something like that, or obsidian even, and kind of use that as accent blocks on my world for instances where glass isn't applicable, such as stairs or slabs. We created a cactus harvester. Pretty much it was an automated one for the most part, so it would be, these would all be chests and they would fill up first, right? And then once these were full, it would start to fill up this chest, which is our auto sell chest. And that auto sell chest would just continuously sell it as these filled up, which was a great system to have because you're never wasting cactus at that point, and you have backup cactus for when the rotating shop comes around and it has cactus in here for 3x sell multiplier. You just come in with a sell one and hit all those chests and you've got a couple million. Same thing over here. I'd like to ultimately get to the point where there's two kind of like this in each segment. Actually more than two, like 3 to 10, because ultimately I would have loved to expand this more, but oh, it was such a pain to do all of this. And eventually it got to the point where I was just like, it is what it is. I'll take it as it is. In the future, like I said in a prior episode, I'd probably look at hiring someone on to come onto my island and build them for me. But all things considered, it wasn't bad setup. It was not. And then we have our minions here, which honestly I think our diamond minions have already completed their task, but the potato, sugarcane, netherwort minions might have a little ways to go because that one was a little bit more extensive in getting those masteries up. In the future, I think what I'm going to wind up doing is I'll go for the ores first and the ore minions, and then move on to doing the cactus minions. Actually, I'll do the cactus minions first and then the ore minions, because ultimately the farms, while interesting and fun, they did get me a lot of sky coins. They didn't provide me a lot of money in the beginning, and it was a lot of, I don't want to say wasted effort early game, but it was a lot of effort that I could have allocated towards creating better cactus farms, and thus giving myself a better head start on kind of having money and expendable income to use to, you know, hire people to build more cactus farms or other things like that. And so I think a lesson was learned there, and I know what to do next time coming into Skyblock. But yeah, we have our mob spawners. Honestly, this one, I get why they have such high tiers to get to the next levels. So we do spawners. To unlock this, I had to kill 60,000 mobs, and I definitely could have. Like, it's in the realm of possibility for me to have done that. But it's such a pain when you're by yourself. If you had more people dedicated to kind of grinding it out, I understand what the spacing is like, but as a solo player, it's so tough to get to those higher tier mobs without opening your island to have other people kind of come in and grind those. So there's that. It could be worked on, but honestly, I just accept it as it is. It was what it was. I would love to be able to at least just get to the blaze tier so I can start making good EXP, so I can start getting more books. That was kind of my big thing. And speaking of EXP, we have our EXP farm and our spawner generator that we actually got from our lucky block, which we'll talk about in a second. And to upgrade it, it costs 100,000 sky coins. Boom. And it starts collecting tier 2 spawners at 35 spawners an hour, capacity 100, boost no, boost time remaining, click to collect. Nothing to collect. Probably because I just upgraded it, but... And then we have our XP farm that is giving us 50 XP every minute, which is really nice. I wish I would have had enough lapis to get another one of those. Made me kind of sad that I wasn't able to fully realize the 250 EXP per minute. I think that would have been amazingly great, but you know, it is what it is, and we made it work with the best of our intentions. Wait, let me check something. /AH, and let me search XP farm. No, search farm. No, XP. Okay, so I don't think people can sell them. Okay, I was just double checking that. But alright, fair enough. Let's see. The last thing to talk about on this layer is our... Oh, I guess we got two things. We got our servant here, who has been amazing. This is something I should have just immediately went into kind of upgrading right off the bat, because he provides a lot of glowstone and sugar when sold. It's really nice. I get about 100k from him every time he sells all that. It does cost a lot to put into him. And honestly, I'd probably not do mobs again and go for mining, which is XP usage, but you know, he could start getting me, let's see, change task to mining. And then, I don't know, can we change it to where he only picks up a certain type of thing? Change task. Alright, he's been set to mining, and he's just got a little bit of everything, which is fine, I guess. Ultimately, I'd like him to just be able to... Yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, I'd like him to just be able to mine lapis. That would be amazing. So I'll figure that out in the future if that's possible or not. And then lastly, our lucky block. So something to keep in mind with the lucky block. I don't know how I was able to look at it before. Whoa, what the heck? That was weird. But with this, it resets every hour, and you can actually get better and better rewards from this. As you see, I got an extreme enchant book, auto sell chest, crop hopper, prismarine shard. And so you just start to get really good things from this, and you definitely want to be hitting this as much as you can every hour if possible, so that way it starts to upgrade. Yes, you'll get like mobs that spawn out of it that deal damage to you, but you also start to get stuff that you really need, like hoppers and auto sell chests right in the beginning of the game if you're on top of this. And so hitting this every hour is super important. The other thing that is super important is your daily spinner. This thing is something that you want to do as much as possible, because right off the bat, right, we look at this, all these unlock at 0 spins. Amazing to have already. You know, you can get, what is it, sheep spawners, pig spawners, a sell wand up to 100 uses, your auto sell chest, your mob hop, or your all your hoppers, your tokens, your souls, sky coins, dollars. You can earn all types of cool stuff from this, and as you keep spinning it, it actually unlocks more, and you get to the point where you can get a sky coin generator, which is huge. Also, getting these spawners, big money there. And then, you know, you get your G kits, you get skin keys, magic keys, fantasy keys. You can even get a $5 gift card at 50 spins. So that's 50 days of playing and spinning it, you know. And while you're going in on those 50 days, after 10 days of spinning, every chance you have of those 40 days of spins, you can be getting a sky coin generator, which would be super powerful. So it's definitely worth doing that. And then the other thing that I just didn't do that I should have done was vote. I should have been on top of my voting, because ultimately I could have gotten my rank all the way up to maybe T10 for my rank. And you can see that it gives me a 20% sky coin multiplier and a 20% cell multiplier. These would have been huge had I realized. And I should have just kept up with it. And I think the next time I do Skyblock, that's definitely going to be a big kind of thing for me, is just keeping up with everything going on. And so, as we come below, there are a few things to look at here. We got our large cactus farms. The biggest one I built was 50 layers of cactus, and I think that's a solid level of cactus layers. Oh, I'm missing one right there. And the reason why I say that is because right now it fills my auto sell chest to a reasonable amount before selling out again. And I can always, of course, upgrade my auto sell chest to sell faster and accommodate more. But I think they're large enough for what they are. You know, they built all the way up to this point, and honestly, anything more would just be kind of not really a hindrance, but a problem, because, you know, I started out at this base level right here, and this is where I built my platform to start out. And so removing everything and kind of going up higher, plus, you know, after a while you start to fall asleep adding levels to the same cactus farm. And so I noticed when I started swapping between the three, I started like perking back up and waking up and stuff like that. So the lesson learned there, I think 50 is the max for the levels of the cactus farms. Like I said, ultimately I'd like to be able to hire some help for that in the future. We had our nether farm here, which was alright. I think it made its money back in the end, but I don't know. It was interesting because once I got the farmer's harvester, the drops no longer automatically went to chests, they went into my inventory. And so that was a very interesting dynamic to deal with, because I didn't get myself to herbalism level 1000, which I would have liked to, where it automatically just always replants everything you ever harvest. And so that's something I need to work on as well. And I think looking back at it, this right here is going to become something that I utilize early game at the very beginning, because ultimately I want to get my herbalism up as high as I can before I start my crops. But yeah, and oh, this one was tough. This area here was tough. I'm gonna find a better layout for this, so that way it makes it easier to do. Because oh man, this was annoying. This one, the pumpkins and melons, that one was annoying. But I know better for the future now. Sugarcane, again, not bad. It was a good source of early sky coin, but I noticed that it just doesn't produce as much sky coin as some of the other crops do. And then, you know, we have been working on our potatoes. We finished out, I think, carrots and wheat. Yeah, carrots and wheat. And then our last project was the potatoes. And then we had our auto sugarcane farm, which has been working for us, but we never got to fully realize its full capability. Of course, you know, I could run this 50 blocks high as well, and then do one on the back side. I could have done another one on the front side facing it, and then another on the back side of that, and just had them running all the way up, producing massive amounts of sugar cane. But all in all, guys, that is pretty much everything that I have done on this Skyblock to date. It may not seem like much, but this was a lot for a single person to do, who never had anyone else on their island contributing to the island. You know, I never opened it up to the public. I never kind of gave it out to anybody. And this is in conjunction with everything else I do. You know, I'm not playing this server all the time. So with everything else that was going on, I think that this was a pretty good go round of Skyblock. I did a lot here, a lot more than I normally have. And I've learned so much more about it, because I played Skyblock in the past, and it used to be like Netherwart was the meta and whatnot, and you know, very old school back in the day. We didn't have servants or minions, we didn't have all these hoppers and stuff like that, so it was really interesting to see all those dynamics in play and kind of figure out how to utilize them to the best of their ability. And you know, it's been an awesome time. You know, I've really enjoyed the Skyblock here. And I think there's a few servers that run this same kind of template Skyblock, so you can probably look around and find a server that you already like or something and find their Skyblock. But yeah, Skyblock has always been super fun to me. I've always loved economy style games, and so kind of introducing that into this and having a shop that I can utilize and stuff, it's always just super fun. But yeah, that's the end of this Skyblock series. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please leave a like down below. Comment on what series I might be able to pick up next in place of Skyblock until we come back to more Skyblock. And subscribe for more content. As always, guys, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. It's been Casual Soul, and I'll see you in the next one.